What was it like watching that game from the stands, knowing all the guys as you do and what they'd have been thinking and what you were thinking as well?
Yeah, definitely. It's absolutely gutting to miss out on the game, but the lads came off emotionally drained, physically drained, but just absolutely buzzing because of the way the game sort of they were going to Wembley because it was one of those ones. And it was an amazing day for the fans because not every day you get to pay for 10 goals and a trip to Wembley at the end of it. But no, we took a lot of positives, and the negatives you take from it, we're refining now in the next few days, building up to Wembley.
We saw you with what looked like a camcorder after the game in the director's box. Are we going to get to see that footage at any point?
Yeah, definitely. It's got right in there. I've got a bit of the change room as well, definitely. So I thought to myself I had a Youth Cup triumph, and there's times I look back and thought I wish I'd sort of had more opportunity to get some pictures and stuff like that, and now I had this chance. I thought no, I'll take it, because there's times I sit at home and I remember certain things from the Youth Cup and you think, oh, I wish I knew what else or what happened there. But to have the opportunity to go to Wembley and the whole fans and the pitch invasion, I've got it all on there. So if there's any trouble going on, I've got it all. But no, it's definitely nice. One that I'll definitely keep, and I'm sure the lads will want me to dish it out to them as well.
Now, this is your first full season involved in senior football, and both of your teams have reached Wembley. That must be some feeling for you.
Yeah, it's quite strange actually, because when I knew that Swindon were definitely there, and the first leg, the way it went to Portman Road with Norwich, it was 1-1, and we went 1-0 up, and it was one of those games where Ipswich sort of shut out Norwich, but they came back to here, and I think the sending off helped Norwich massively in the game, and once Redmond scored to make it 2-1, it's sort of game over there. The Ipswich looked like they were tiring and struggling, but Norwich took advantage and they deserved their place at Wembley.
There's a bit of a Norwich contingent around here. Obviously yourself, Lewis, is now a Norwich player, the chairman has Norwich ties, and the commercial manager is the son of the chief executive there. Is there going to be a Swindon staying over and going to Wembley the day after?
I think highly potential, yeah. There are a few tickets dishing about there, but obviously we'll have to wait and see with the result on Sunday with us, and I've got the luxury of my parents living in Hertfordshire, so I can always just pop back and go into Wembley. I sort of spoke to the director of football there, and he said there's a ticket at Wembley. I said, right, well, we'll win on Sunday and you win on Monday, that'd be perfect. So hopefully that happens.
I mean, that would be just a ridiculous end to the season.
Definitely. The ridiculous end to my first season in professional football, and I've experienced so many things this year which I've never had before, and to have the opportunity at sort of 19 to potentially play at Wembley is one of the things that I still can't believe. You sort of have to pinch yourself, but then you've got to get your head round it and make sure you're right for the game.
If you look behind you here, there's all these images of big victories and Wembley celebrations. And what's the odds of trying to force a little bit of extra space along that wall down there and adding?
I've already requested planning permission to make the wall a bit longer for all our pitches, but no, definitely it's one of those ones we want to go into the history books at Swindon, and it's not just sort of for ourselves, it's for the whole club as well, to have the opportunity to go to the Championship, and some of these boys play in the Championship, and depending on what happens with Norwich next year, see what happens sort of coming back, or see what goes on from there.
Do you know anything like that at the moment, or is this very much dependent on both of your situations?
Yeah, it's very dependent. I've spoke to Norwich and they said that we'll have to wait. You've got a Wembley final, we've got a Wembley final. Nothing's going to get sorted before then, which I sort of like in a way, because I'm fully focused on the game. I've been preparing for this game since sort of I told I could miss the semi-final game. I've been preparing for Wembley, so I'm sure the chief exec and the manager at Norwich have got their mind totally on Wembley, which is understandable, and we'll have a meeting after the games, and hopefully there'll be 2 wins there and we can go from there. So
they still haven't taken up that option at the moment?
Yeah, they've taken up the option because they have to do it by the 3rd week, in the 3rd Saturday or something like that in May. Yes, they've had to do it, so they've gone up with an option, but there's talks about an actual whole new sort of what's going on, a whole new deal. So he said you've done really well this season, you've played a high performance, so it's one of those ones I've got to go into sort of pre-season back at Norwich and just go for it, and depending on where they are in the Premier League or the Championship, and go from there.
This is so far ahead given what we've got coming
exactly
this weekend.
So I mean, you can talk, you can organise all sorts, you can say he's going there, he's going back to Swindon, he's going there, but my sole purpose at the moment for the next sort of 6 days is Wembley, and I'm sure Norwich's is for the next 7 days as well.